Very good.
All right, yourself?
Great, great. Could you please just tell the listeners more about who you are? Casper, we can start with you. Where did you go to school, university?
Okay. It's actually quite interesting. I started doing music in high school. So, but my high school, my primary school and my varsity are right next to each other, in the same street, in Pretoria. And it's from where we are now, it's just down the road. So I went to Pretoria Boys High School, and then to UP, where I'm currently completing my master's degree in psychology. And I met Bones, when we were at college. We were doing music production. So we met there, we became friends.
Okay, can you tell us more about you?
Born and bred in Pretoria. Started fooling around with music softwares in high school. And I'd say when I completed my matric, I studied IT for 6 months. Then I dropped out. Then I went to buy turntables. Then I started DJing. Then up until now, that's what I've been doing. Then, like he said, we met at a music college where we were doing sound engineering, music production, stuff like that. And we hooked up. Yeah.
So the big question is, how did you guys come up with the nicknames Stones and Bones?
Yeah, I mean, my name is Casper Jan Hendrik Steenkamp, which is quite hard for the average person to say. So I shortened that, and the English translation is CJ Stone. It's like, I know a lot of guys also have like their traditional name and their English name. So I did the same thing for me being Afrikaans. And KG's nickname is Bones. Yeah. So we took those two.
You can see I'm not... It's been my nickname since way back. Yeah.
Yeah, so that sort of just came together, Stones and Bones. We just took our
the
nicknames.
two names and put them together. Okay, great. And then it would have to come up with how did you meet? You did briefly mention that it was school, and can you just tell us more about that?
What actually happened was it was our final year, like the last few months of the year, I think. Then we had a braai at school. Actually, what he said it in some lecture that, guys, you know what, we should start a production thingy together so that we don't have to go look for jobs next year and stuff like that. But we just brushed it off. Then one day we were having a braai at college, and I was chilling with him, having a few beers. I was like, yo, remember what you said about us starting something? And that's when we hooked up. We're like, okay. He's like, no, I have a studio down there. And then we started hanging together. Yeah, that's how we actually started making music together.
Because you know, I don't think I was drinking beer. I think I was drinking wine, but he was drinking beer. I think I made a house track. We were learning about different genres, and I'd never heard of house music before, actually. And I made a house track, and then he said to me, "Yeah, that's not bad, you know," because I played guitar on it, I think.
Yeah.
And then he mentioned, well, we should do something, you know. And then we kind of started talking about that.
Oh, I see. And then with the whole house scene, how would you describe your sound? What is your sound? As we know, it's house, but how would you describe it?
Yeah, how would you describe it?
You know what's different between the normal guys and us is that we do, a lot of the times we do everything on the whole track. So that means the guitars, I play guitar and saxophone, KG does a lot of the productions. And then when we first started, we were looking for vocalists, and nobody wanted to work with us because we were new and this and this and that. And I was like, KG, you know what, you can sing, you just get in the booth. And he sang, and it sounded awesome. We made this song called Somebody. It did really well on social networks and on the underground and stuff. So a lot of the times what you hear on the track, the production, the instruments, the vocals, the mixing and the mastering will all have been done by us. So it's a very live sound, I guess.
And a bit of experimenting. Like we experiment a lot. Like he'd take a broom, sweep on the floor, then we record that, process the sound, and like we experiment a lot.
Why house though? Why did you guys?
We started off making pop,
Mm.
but being that we're in South Africa, like pop doesn't. It's how should I say it? It's not doing that great. I was always doing house music before we met, but when we fused, because he was doing rock, I was doing house. Then we needed to find like a mutual ground. That's when we did pop, but pop wasn't doing well enough. We did that for like a while. Then that's when we started Stones and Bones. Like, okay, let's try a house song. He actually sent me the first beat that we actually worked on. He sent it to me via email. He was like, yo dude, check this song that I made. I listened to it, then I started changing things. Then we went back in studio then.
Yeah, because I tried to make a quarter beat actually there.
Yeah.
Then he changed it. You know.
And then from there, we were like, okay, let's just stick to this sound.
Yeah, we were doing hip hop and pop and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But none of it seemed to work. And the house stuff we were doing, it looked like it was working. We were getting a great response.
Yeah.
So we kind of stuck with that. You know.
And then your music inspiration, who inspires you guys musically?
Sure. I'd say life. Life inspires me. Like, you know, like the things that I'd be having like a really bad day, then an idea would just come into my head and I'll be like, you just focus that energy. For me, it's energy. It's all about energy. You know, if I have like positive energy, I'll make something positive. If I have like that negative energy, I just need to push it into something. And music for me is, so my life experiences, I think that's what inspires me to make music.
Yeah, if you're talking about musical influences, there's a lot of I used to listen to a lot of rock and roll. KJ was always listening to a lot of hip hop and also then house. You know, but nowadays, you know, I just listen to house all the time, and I'm so sick of listening to my own songs, even because you listen to them like 50 times in production, and then only a few months after you can really enjoy it again.
Yeah.
You know, because you get so involved in the house music scene, trying to figure out what's going on, where's it moving, you know, what's the in kind of sound. So, you know, we listen to that quite a lot nowadays.
I think obviously you guys started off underground at some point. What inspired you guys to go commercial?
Change is good sometimes, you know. Like I think we stayed in studio for a very long time. Then we realized that okay, we have all this material, but we are the only guys who are hearing it. You know. Then like when we started performing, like we were like, okay, let's maybe try and get some gigs. Like we were trying to push a certain type of sound, and when we get to gigs, we realized that it's a nice sound, but is it what the people need?
People like it.
What the people like, you know. So we tried to fuse our sound with what the people need, and then maybe that's why we going a bit like mainstream now. Like we moving from the underground.
And any challenges in that, like being commercial now, moving from underground? Yeah. I'm sure you've faced quite a few challenges. Can you just tell us more about that?
Yeah, definitely. I think for one is to still be yourself, because you can get caught up in trying to sound like somebody else. You know, sounding like whoever is big at the moment on radio or TV, and then remembering that they are big because they sound like themselves. You know, so being authentic, keep on being authentic. That's important for us. You know, so we'll often still make the kind of tracks we want to make and add some. We want people to dance at our shows. That's very important to us. So the first few gigs we were playing, they were sitting there, they were enjoying themselves, but they were like tapping their feet, you know, and bobbing their heads. And now it's important for us to be able to give them that experience, but also then have them dance and sing.
So your career highlights? Have you had any? Anticipating any, obviously.
There are a few, eh? I'm thinking of going to the Hot 99 #1 on YFM when our song was remixed by Manu.
The Durban tour we recently did a tour in Durban. It was pretty awesome.
That was amazing.
And
I mean, guys like Abika Soul working with us, remixing our stuff. Manu, we've got coming up. We've got some songs with Marissa Guzman, and we've got a track with Sano.
Boomy,
we've done some production on an upcoming album. We've worked with MQ now, who
the City Rains guy.
He's famous for
He
City
was
Rains.
recently in our studio.
So we've worked with quite a few guys and met quite a few of them. Our song is now on YFM Top 40. Our song with Coco Soul is
How
number 10.
did that feel? I'm sure it
Yeah,
was
that's quite cool.
baby of excitement when that started coming up. Were you guys together celebrating?
Yeah, we were, wasn't it? It was Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday. Yeah, he told me like we were leaving, we were at a party Sunday. Then before he left,
to actually be part of the moment.
yeah, you know.
And what are the difficult parts of being a musician? I mean, you're doing psychology, and on the side you're also a musician. Also, so what are the difficult parts?
The thing is, like when we started off, like I think every like real musician, they'll tell you that it was for the love. You know, it is for the love. I still love what I do, but there comes a point where you get old. You need to start making a living, and that's for me. That's the most difficult part because like people won't get it. That no man, you need to get a proper job, and like this is a proper job for me. You know. Like people trying to work with you for free and stuff like that, and they don't understand that. Okay, fine, I don't mind doing that, but at the end of the day, I need to eat.
Yeah.
So this is it a full-time job for you guys or a part-time job? How do things work out?
For the past, I'd say 4 or 5 years,
4 years.
we were doing it full time, like no jobs, no nothing. Like we were in studio, like that's what we were doing. Then just recently we just started like focusing on other things, but we still like when you wherever like the music, like you can't let it go, it'll haunt you.
It's like an obsession and a curse at the same time, you know. We were surviving when we were doing music full time. We were surviving. But we knew, because we want to support families one day and that sort of thing, that we can do the music hustle and keep it going, but it has to move to the side at the moment, because at the moment we are at that, like KG says, we're not 21 anymore. You know, things have changed a bit. I also wanted to add, you know, doing music full time and because we're also featured artists on other guys' tracks. The amount of times we get hit up in a week or a month, it's ridiculous, and every single person wants a favor. You know? And at the start you do favors and you do, but then you kind of, after a while, it's a real headache. Or somebody would hit you up on your phone and say, bro, and then hood, which means how you doing, and then then I'd say, you know, okay, I'm busy studying. Aware, brah, what you're studying? You know, this is the kind of conversation I have to have 10 times a day with guys who want some kind of a favor. So I guess that's the downside also sometimes, you know.
Yeah, and also that, like, when you're nobody, like nobody really wants to work with you. Like, you know, like now we get hit up by guys that 2 years ago would be like, yo, can we like feature on your track?
Yeah.
We'd be like, nah. Or they'll send us their
The
worst song.
Worst beats.
Then they'll send us that song. Then we'll try to make something because like
You hungry?
Yeah,
for
you
it,
know.
man.
But then a few years later, like he said, you'll get a yo. Hey, this guy's hitting me up now. Yeah, stuff like that. So
So then, before a gig, what is the process that you guys go through on preparing for the gig and sizing yourselves up and preparing for it generally? What's the whole process?
we just have a rehearsal.
Yeah. I
Like
think
we like all the songs. It's our songs. Most of the songs that we play. If I'm gonna put another song like in our set, I'll probably be like, yo, I found this cool song. I think I wanna play it in our set. Send it to him or like send him the link to the song. Then he'll listen to it so that maybe he can get melodies over the sax or the guitar.
Yeah. I think we normally have we have rehearsal, like you said, and we have to kind of decide which parts of our songs we're going to do live. So we have to take that out in production phase, you know. So maybe take the guitars out or vocal out, whatever that we're going to perform on that song. So that takes a bit of time. Then we have to rehearse, and then it's quite a challenge because KG has to mix the songs and play the keyboard and sing.
At the same time,
Yeah, no,
which is
and
kind of hard.
I have to play saxophone and guitar and then pick up and sing backing vocals. So that is quite challenging. And then before gigs, normally we'll just have maybe one drink just to
like
loosen up a little
take
bit.
a shot.
Yeah.
Much courage.
Yeah.
So what's on your playlist? I see you guys are very musically inclined. What's on your playlist at the moment?
At the moment, there's this song called, it's our song, we just recently posted it online, Solistic.
Well, it's called Stay With Me.
Oh yeah,
Stay With Me.
I still have the old beat in my head. Yeah, it's called Stay With Me now. And yeah, featuring Adele. And then this other song of ours, I really love that song. It's not yet released, it's called Lady Monster.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
and
good
then
one.
Okay, is it? Yeah, Okay Maluku, Cat Boys and Bugs. There's this song called Muswenko Fontaine. I love that song. It's like, it's hood, you know, like, because I love hip hop. Like it's after that, it's just a whole lot of hip hop songs.
Okay, and
Yeah, even for me, I mean, I listen to a wide variety of stuff, but I've stuck in my head has been, so I've been singing the whole day that Ricky Rick song, Bozonke.
Yeah, he's
na, and then also the new Kendrick Lamar tune, it's called King Kunta.
Yeah.
It's been stuck in my head. And then, I'm not sure actually what I have in my car. I think I'm listening to some old rock albums, you know, trying to get back to my roots, and because I want to bring that into house now. So.
Alright, and which artists would you guys like to feature in the future if you could just dream big about it?
Dream big, like internationally or
Anybody.
someone I'd really love to work is Sade. Yeah, because for me that's my grail, you know, like that's those are roots for me. Like that's where my music actually, yeah, like Sade, man, she's everything to me. Like her music is like, sure.
Yeah, if we're gonna dream big,
Okay.
that would be quite nice. John Legend would be nice. Also, Elton John. You know, we can sit here and name them the whole day. Locally, sure, there's a lot of Boosie would be nice. Sax Mantwini would be nice. That would be nice.
Uhuru. They're pretty
Uhuru.
cool.
Yeah, Uhuru
Yeah,
would be
like
nice.
they make like
Um,
they make the people dance, you know, like they're killing it. Like the house scene now, they own it.
yeah, and then some of the old legends would be nice to work with someone like
Hugh
Hot Sticks.
Masekela.
Okay.
Ima Sekela, Sifu Hot Sticks, or you know, there's quite a few. So.
And do you have any advice for aspiring musicians?
Yeah.
They must just be real. Like for me, like you don't have a lot of real people in this industry, you know, and you just have to be yourself, and being yourself means you're gonna be alone, because like you have your own ideas, or people are doing this, you don't feel like doing that. And for me, it takes courage for someone to actually be themselves, you know. And in order, I think, to succeed in this game, you have to have that courage, and that means you have to be real, because like real recognize real, you know.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, also I think, like KG's saying, being yourself is important, and that means having your values that you stick up for as a person, and sticking by that, not trying to change that because it sounds cool to be, you know, move in whatever direction or trend. You know what your values are, stick to that, be authentic, and then also paperwork. Get that stuff done.
Yeah.
That's very important, because somewhere along the line, somebody will steal your music.
Yep.
They will. You will give it to somebody, or you will, you know, and they will steal it. So that is very important. Is that, you know, register at SAMRA, get the contracts and stuff done. When you make new music, register it immediately. It sounds like a lot of tedious work and that sort of thing, but you're going to be happy when that check arrives in the mail.
Yeah, protect yourself.
Have you had experience with music theft?
No, not really.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, we've kind of been lucky in that sense, because we always get warned that, you know, don't work with this guy. But yeah, I've paid somebody to lay vocals on our track, and they never did. They took the money and ran away.
Sure.
So
that's sad, but with...
they were playing mind games.
Oh, wow. Do you have any upcoming gigs that you can look forward to?
Not currently. We still, because we're under a bit of pressure at the moment, we have to have an album ready by September, and we're not quite finished. So you know, and because we've taken other jobs at the moment, we have to work on weekends. You know, at the time we normally we would be out playing gigs.
Yeah, we would work in the evenings, but since ESCOM,
Yeah.
you know, like we can't really work at night anymore. Yeah, so
it's a little bit tricky. Yeah. So we will definitely. I'm thinking towards when summer comes around again, we'll be hitting clubs, because we'll have a new album and new material to promote. But at the moment we have so little time that we have to spend it in studio finishing up our album.
The album which will be ready in September, as I
Yes, it'll be ready. But you know, with these kind of releases, you can never. We'll say September, but then it might get pushed
back.
So we are dropping some singles on them at the moment online and stuff for free download, which is quite cool. So if you want to get all of them, you can.
Just so that we keep moving.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then your social media pages, where can people check out your music?
Our Facebook page, Stones and Bones.
Okay.
Yeah, you just type in Stones and Bones, you'll find us. And then Tracksource, you can buy our music there. It's quite a large selection of our music there. You also just type in Stones and Bones. And then Twitter, you can follow me at Casper J Stone. There's no underscore or space or anything in between. And Bones.
Now you can follow me on Instagram, KG_Bones. Also Facebook, KG Bones.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you guys so much for your time.
Okay,
it's a
thank
pleasure.
you.
Enlightening. And thank you for inviting us to your lovely place.
Yeah, no problem.
We're looking forward to hearing something from you actually right now.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've rehearsed something that we can tune into.
Okay.
So yeah, thanks so much.
get away, but I'm losing this fight. No pills for my fever, no remedy. What I need is to love somebody. I wanna love somebody. I wanna love somebody. I wanna love someone like somebody like you. I wanna love somebody. I wanna love somebody. I wanna love someone like somebody like you. Ooh, 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 somebody like you. It's a natural thing, there's need for affection. I need a change, I need a new direction. There is a desire inside of me. What I need is to love somebody. I've got so much to give, but what am I to do? Been saving my love for somebody like you. It's not a secret, but it's easy to see. What I need is to love somebody. I wanna love somebody. I wanna love someone like you. Like you. I wanna love somebody. I wanna love somebody. I wanna love someone like somebody like you. Ooh, ooh, ooh.